Hi, if you're interested in working in the UK civil service, welcome to my civil service jobs vlog. I want to cover three things. So number one, what the website looks like, a general feel for it. Number two, how you can use the filters to search for more suitable jobs. And number three, what my favourite filters are. So let's get into it. If you've seen my previous video, I've shared the website name before, but yes, I'll just repeat it for yourself. So it is civilservicejobs.service.gov.uk, and when you type in on Google civil service jobs, it should come up in the first or second link as well. So this is what the view looks like when you go on their website. I'm using my phone, just find it a little bit more convenient to go on my phone than to pull up a laptop or a tablet out, so bear with me, but if you have a laptop or tablet, of course you will get a better view. But yeah, looks like a common job site like Indeed or Total Jobs. You can type in what you're looking for if you know exactly what job you want to go for, or you can also type in the location of where you want to go. And for the purpose of this video, we'll pretend that we're looking for a job in London, and I hope I'm catching some viewers from London as well. If you just want to browse or have a little look and explore what's out there, you can just type in your city, or even remove the city and just see what the jobs are across the UK. But if you hit that search button, it will show you lots and lots of vacancies. Right now, you can see that it's showing about 20 pages worth, and it will show you all kinds of different titles. And you might find that yes, you can look for work in this way, but it's going to be very time consuming and not everything is going to be relevant. Best thing you can do to help yourself is hit that show search filters button, and this is what will come up. One is location, and of course you can pick the location that you want to work in. You can actually even filter the distant range that you're willing to travel outside of your city or town in the UK. You can completely remove that and just kind of go for opportunities and be willing to relocate for the right job. The second one is the type of role. Now, some people will already have in mind, like, hey, I'm just looking for my first kind of job. I just want to kind of go for an admin role. So you can click administration, or if you're somebody who knows, you're more into communications, you can click communications, and it'll show you all the kind of communication roles within the civil service in that location. Number three is department. Little spoiler, that is one of my favorite filters, because if you have some idea of what interests you, for example, if you're interested in the justice system, you would want to pick Ministry of Justice. If you're interested in the College of Policing, you would want to pick Policing, and just see what the jobs are in that department. You can also pick from salary as well, but I personally don't really like to use that one, and I'll tell you why. It's not because it's not useful for some people, of course it is. You want to know if you have a minimum figure in mind, and what's worth it for you to change from job to job, or what's worth it for you to kind of go for. That's absolutely fine. It's just I use another filter which also indicates salaries to an extent as well, and that's the next filter, the job grades one. So let's talk about that. So in the civil service, your salary is actually dependent on the grade that you're working on, and you'll find people who are working in the same grade as you will be paid the same as you, even if their role is really different from you. You don't tend to have much room for negotiations for salary. With my experience in the civil service, you might find the odd case, but in general that's not really a public sector thing, it's more of a private sector thing. And so when you open the grades filter, it shows you the grades, and it's actually got them in some kind of order. It starts from administrative assistant, which I suppose you can call grade 1. The next one is the grade above, which is the administrative officer role. The grade above that is executive officer. The grade above that is higher executive officer. So the lower your grade is, the lower your salary is likely to be, and the higher your grade is, the higher your salary is likely to be. There are times when different departments will have certain salaries for certain grades, and somebody who's working in the grade below you might be in the same salary as you. There will be odd cases like that, but in general this is how it works. The lower your grade, the lower your salary, the higher your salary. you're somebody who doesn't have much work experience and you're looking for your first few jobs, you are probably more suited to the starting grades, which are the administrative assistant or administrative officer roles. But if you're somebody who is at a mid-level where you've got some work experience behind you and you're looking for that next job, a better job, then the next grades, the executive officer role or the higher executive officer role might be more suitable for you. So at the first two grades, you're expected to help your team, you're expected to do a lot of admin work, as it's in the name, and there will be cases, where you're doing clerical duties. If you're somebody who has studied a little bit and are looking for that first job after graduation, or is somebody who's got some work experience behind you and you're looking for that next step up, the mid grades might be more suitable for you, which are the executive officer roles and the higher executive officer roles. Just a little note, so at the executive officer role you are expected to self-manage, and you're expected to kind of be on top of it and you understand your job clearly and you don't need too much input, but of course you will have a manager. And the next grade is when the management duties will probably start for most jobs. There are cases when even at the executive officer role you'll have some management duties, there are people under you and you're managing them. However, most of them will actually start from the higher executive officer role, and that's like your more likely to be like a leadership role within your office or whatever it is you're working in the civil service. If you're somebody with a lot of experience and you are looking for a management role, then you should probably look for the higher grades. You should, search for higher executive officer, senior executive officer, grade 6 or grade 7. And this is indeed one of my favorite filters to use because it determines, a lot of factors like your salary and your skills and your experience, and it kind of guides you, in my opinion, and you can really use it to your advantage as well when you're looking for jobs. So a little scenario, if you're somebody who has, for example, you have finished college and you've been studying legal studies. You're not quite at the stage where you can become a solicitor, or maybe you don't want to, but you're looking for a job in the legal field or in the justice system. I would look for vacancies on civil service jobs as well as private sector, because there's a lot of opportunities out there. The filters that I would use firstly are the department filter, where I would definitely pick, for example, the Ministry of Justice, and I would also search law or legal in there, and this is what I found it came up with. So I would pick all these departments, I would pick my grade according to what I think I fit in, whether I'm at the starting grades, the mid grades, or the higher grades with some managerial experience behind me or not. And I would search for vacancies in your city or UK-wide, depending on whether you're ready to relocate or not for the right opportunity as well. It will show you vacancies, and you'll find that this time when you use the filters, it doesn't come up with 20 pages, it might come up with 2 or at least single-digit pages. You can then search